I think I'm. I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just running a few things and testing. I'm hearing background noise, so that's the good part. This is a stream, and I'm just doing it because why not? I have really nothing better to do. I did everything I wanted to do, and there's that. Honestly, like I'm not really interested in anything else at the moment because really, I've done everything I wanted. So, like, what else is there to do? Well, I could just pretend I'm bedtime by myself and talking about nothing all day long. So I could just do that because I got nothing better to do. So I'm going to talk about nothing. Anyway, what's going on? Nobody, nobody at all. Today's topic is just anything. I have nothing really on my mind because my brain is empty as of right now. Everything I'm going to talk about is just going to be random, and I really don't know what else to do. So, going forward with this, I'm just going to. And there's that. Reason why I want to stream. I'm bored. I really have nothing else to do. I know there's not been much going on. There was Ken stream. Yeah. There was Dave stream the other day. Yeah. I stream, so um, there are things I do want to do on YouTube. But the problem is that one, I don't necessarily want to do live stream on YouTube, but I do want to do some YouTube stuff. But at the same time, when it comes to YouTube stuff, I want to do the premieres instead. Reason A is that I could do more edits, and it'd be more like you could say this. It'd be better quality for me. I've done premieres before. I think it would be better for myself and others, especially if I do a great job. More importantly, I'm not going to get the same amount of views that I used to. That's because I haven't been around. And more importantly, nobody really cares. Not that it even matters in the first place, but it's a step. That's probably because I don't really promote my shit enough. There have been like a few, like up to like anytime I stream, it's always been up to like 6 to 8. Right now, it's pretty much nobody watching. But I, I guess 2 people. Yeah, 2 people are watching. Eh, that's fine. I'm just this is a streaming term for my because I want to do something. Reason why I want to do premieres is that well, I actually gave my answer for that one. So I'm just repeating myself at that point. But I think doing a premiere from here on out, like though that would require time as well. Streaming can just be that easy. You just pull up something and start talking, and there you go. Though, honestly, like the one thing that I have a problem with is that if well, I did hear some background noise. I had to run up checkups and shit. So there is background noise. My issue is that none of you can hear it. Though none of you are really here. I'm sure. I'm sure that you got the 3 of you that just for some reason are listening just fine and dandy. I'm just here for my own. Yeah. not much is going on. There's not much really going on. And that's not because, like, I don't have much to talk about. It's because there isn't much to say. And one video I do want to talk about is the one I'm kind of having in the works. Right. And I'm pretty sure if you guys have been in the Discords, I've talked about this. I've talked about Palestine and Israel. I've talked about that, and I've talked about wanting to make a video about it. And more importantly is that since I want to do a video about it, that takes time. It takes time to put an effort to put it all together. The problem is that I have to cut time now. And not that I can't do it now. I just got to right now. I got a headache. And I got my muscles are sore actually. I have sore legs, sore knees, sore shoulders, sore arms, headache, and all that good stuff. So basically, my exercise routine is more important than my studies on two countries that really mean nothing to me. Yeah, that's that. That's what I'm saying. Oh, what's up, King? What's up, King Meow Meow? What's up, It's Kellen? And what is up, Violent Thor? Interesting. Nice name. This is checked up on my chat, but I'm surprised that. Well, actually, I'm surprised. There's going to be somebody just wanting to listen to something, and I guess you could say if you want to listen to this. Saving the world. Go save the world. Go stop them evil people, whoever they are. Well, okay, back to the exercise and stuff. Like I said, it's in the works. It's something I want to talk about, but not enough to cut off time from the things I actually want to do. And that part kind of sucks. Not because it's not good to exercise, right? It's because like the things you want to do, things you do want to talk about, know that, and knowing that I'm pretty much interested in YouTube and all that stuff, regardless of what I say about it, I can't do much of anything. And it's not like I want to record myself exercising. Though it might be fun. That's I don't think people naturally enjoy the stuff like that. If they do, then good for you. I just don't think that's just not my cup of tea. I don't want to see people exercise. I'd rather be exercising myself. I think if you're going to exercise, you gotta exercise for yourself. You can't put a camera in front of you and just like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Nobody really cares about what you do in the gym. You gotta be all about you and what you're doing. If you're worried about everything else, the effort you're putting into actually just doesn't mean as much as if you were just actually just going in and hitting it, right? I get people like looking at themselves. So do I. But I'm not all about that. So yeah. You're making music? Oh, cool. Make some music. Listen to Man here. He's chilling. I listen to it. He's certainly the hip hop kind of guy. He loves shoes. Again, he still reminds me of another dude. Instead, it was a ginger guy, and he loved boots instead. Nikes, you could say. But yeah, that's that. I know. It's not something you guys want to hear about. Fucking guys loving shoes. Not something I necessarily should be talking about. So let's talk about something better. Let's talk about something. Oof. In the Discords. And in the Discords. But no, actually, like team with a few people. Kind of just same with not as much as like because like kind of gets boring. It's more so that I just like seeing what people say. And people are not normal. Yet they're probably more normal when they're offline than they're on. Allow me to elaborate. You don't. People tend to play a character. They just like your YouTube channels, your Twitch streamers. We all tend to come on air and play a character, even though that's not really who we are on this screen. This is just a face panel to show you, hey, to try to put it so we act differently in real world than we do online. I'm sure you guys talk to other people that is outside of you know that it's much more normal offline than it is on. It just talks this up. I just talk this up too. Just feeling the need to play a certain character because since it's the internet and since nobody really knows how you really are, you can just be a certain way and nobody would care. Because not like you're gonna make the same people in the first place. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is that since they can act like a certain way, they can get away with it. So they do it. So that's kind of another way to look at it, and I don't think that's a fun way to look at it either. Yeah, yeah, it can be boring online at times because it's not something you will always going to be looking for. For me, I just think about the positives of life, which is something I will not talk about because I don't feel like it. Because I don't know what kind of positives you guys have or negatives you guys have. All I know is you guys have your own lives, and so do I. Here's my thought, and this is just a thought. Sometimes you just gotta get away from things, whether it's internet, family, friends, anything. Honestly, the best case scenario for anybody is to be alone for a long time. I think it's better to be alone than around people for most of your time. I'm not saying don't be around people, but being alone will allow you to self-evaluate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's up, Sean's View? Didn't realize you were there. Being able to self-evaluate. Sometimes you just need time alone. Plenty of time alone. You can only grow. Sometimes trying to grow and trying to impress other people comes from the fact that you come from a group of people. You're in a group of people that are seeking admiration. Right. If you're relying on a group of people, you're always needing that. You're just looking for I guess you could say a tribe, a group, a feeling of belonging somewhere. But realistically speaking, nobody really belongs anywhere. We just decide where we belong. We just make up our own rules as we go. Yeah, yeah. So this is what it means. When I say be alone, more than be with others. Sometimes you just gotta be a renegade before you can just team up with others. Better to evaluate yourself before you evaluate others. Better to, and sometimes depression might kick in. Yeah, you get depressed. People get depressed all the time. It's a thing. People around the world are always depressed. So are you, so is me, so is your old folks, and so is your young folks. You can't change that. However, here's one way to help yourself. Here's one way to help yourself. Even though I suggest be alone, for one, don't feel bad for yourself. Yes, yeah, it might be hard for that, for kind of, it seems weird, but just don't feel bad for yourself. You just gotta think about what you want in life and then pursue it. Sometimes it may not work out, but you just gotta continue doing it. Sometimes you just gotta put in that work, and sometimes you're gonna have to work harder than the other guy. Despite it comes easier for him, so he gets to go in. Life sucks that way. But that's but people will respect you more because you put in that much more work to get to where you're at. So don't look at it as a competition with other people. Don't view your life as a competition with other people. Instead, challenge yourself. Because there's not going to be really any other person to lift you up when you're down. There might be one, you might have that one lucky person in your life. But reality is, nobody really cares. We would like some people to care about us, but guess what? Everybody else is also self-centered and all up in their own little worlds. We're all human beings. So, that's what it means. If you're depressed, you feel anxious, you feel anxiety, paranoid, it's just a mentality. Everything you do is a mentality. State of mind is a mentality. And the best way to get out of that mentality is change how you frame things in a different way. Cognitive framing. Just change how you see things. See it if you break up with your girlfriend, it's going to be hard. But this is also what you need to frame it as. It's hard, but I can handle it. It's okay. It's okay to be in pain. You just have to understand that you are in pain. And what you go through doesn't matter to the real world, because there's more to life than the pain you suffer today. Because tomorrow might be a different day. You could have a better day. You could have a worse day. You'd never know. If all that makes sense, please understand. It's just based on my self-evaluation. I'm not a depressed person. Sure, I may have been depressed here and there. Sure. But we all feel that way. We all get to that point where we feel something like that. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Depression is a real thing, but that doesn't mean it can't go away. Just as easily depression comes, it easily goes. So don't feel too bad. You just gotta realize it's not as big of a deal as you think it is. As I talked about depression throughout this whole stream, I think I need to swap the different things. I don't think people care about depression in the first place. So I'm wasting my time talking. It sucks talking about something that nobody cares about. And honestly, come to think of it, the only person that really cared about it is me at that point. But now I don't because I already got my words out. So now I motivated you guys to do something fun. So do it. Just do it. You can't sit in the room alone all day and not do nothing. Do something. Meditate. Or draw, I don't care. Do something. That's all I can say. Few things I do also like to bring up, but at the same time I don't. Yeah, I'm always contemplating whether I should talk about this online. Because it'd be fun, but at the same time, I don't want to hurt any feelings. No, nobody's really watching me, so I don't think it really matters. So I don't. Okay. You know, I have a job. Like, I do. It's a no-brainer, I have a job. You know what people tell me? I mean, this goes back to me wanting to do other things. People tell me you should be HR, you should be running things now because you have good ideas. Believe it or not. You're a king. You act like a king. Something like that. They say I'd make the place run better, I have better ideas, and I know what to do. I'm not saying I can't do it. It's the fact that I can't It's not that it's the not the fact that I can't do it. It's the fact that I don't want to do it. Because when you get promoted to a situation where you're more so running things and what you're controlling, what's sold and what's not sold, that takes up way more time than people realize. Just that responsibility alone is something I don't really want. Whether you want to say I care about it or not, who knows? What I'm saying is that I don't want to do something that will take time away from the actual things I want to do. And that would take a lot of time. You just can't do that. I just couldn't do it based on the things I actually want to do. Because keep in mind, once you're in that position, you're there 24/7. Not all the time because people up there like to take days off still, Saturday and Sundays, your usual days. Honestly, if you're in that position in the first place, I don't think you should be taking days off. Though the company is only thriving on past accomplishments, so people are just easily able to get away with it and make more ideas, despite how stupid they may sound. Right? But they're able to get away with it because, well, they're going to make money either way, no matter what. And I'm brought up into the meeting rooms to talk about how much money they're making, what they're going to make, or where they're going. And none of us cares because it doesn't pertain to us at all. I deal with machines and I deal with making plastic, right? I don't care about what people are going to do if they're not giving me a pay raise for doing the shit they want done. Right? Keep in mind, it's run by women now. 5 years ago, it wasn't the case, but it's run mostly by gals. They bring us to meeting rooms, ask us for opinions. Hey, what should we do differently? As much as I would like to say something, there's just one thing you can't do. You just one thing. If not anything, you can't criticize a woman. That just doesn't end well. You just don't criticize women. Women don't like criticism. They don't like being told they're doing a bad job or told this is what you need to do better. Funny fact. I gave one advice. Maybe if you talk to them individually and why it would benefit them, that would help them care more. She never did it. She never took my advice. They don't give a shit. You want to hear other people's opinions, but you don't want to hear. But you don't actually want to do the thing people say. So why even bother? Why even bother? But that's why people say you'd be better good at it. Yeah, but then that takes a lot more time. Right. That takes a lot more time because then my focus should be how am I gonna make more money for the company? And how am I gonna get things done faster? How am I gonna help that out? Because I'm on the floor 24/7. And guess what? I run 12 hours. Like, yeah, I run 12 hours. I go to work and start at 6 a.m. and I work till 6 p.m. So that's 12 hours in total. Since that's 12 hours in total, if you're that guy who's running everything, I'm pretty sure you should also be the guy who's there at all times. If you're going to run shit, you're going to control how things are run. You gotta make sure everything's run smoothly. Playing on my computer won't always be the case. Because you always gotta be managing something. You're always gotta be watching, you gotta be making sure everything's made in order. Right? Gotta make sure everything's run smoothly. You gotta show them how you want it done. You gotta do it first and show everybody this is how I want it to be done. Right? But they don't really come down there and show us. It's just they do this and blah blah blah. That's what it is. It sucks. It really does. It's not really well ran, the place for the most part. It's just pretty much running off the coattails of its success it's already had in the first place. And it's still going to be successful because of good people in the past. And then until they got a different job or got a promotion or something. But like I said, I really wouldn't want that position of like the authority. That comes with a place of responsibility. In based place of responsibility, people are going to be more reliant on you on what to do. That's that's the whole thing. And being relied on, that's a lot of pressure. And being that a lot of under pressure. I understand I'm like 24 now. I'm 24 years old now. Being a 24-year-old running that shit, not really understanding leadership in the first place, that's kind of stressful. And I'm only understanding the world as it is. And that might be wise like 3 years ago. You could say that. It just won't work. It just wouldn't work for me. Maybe like if I'm older, like I turn 30 years old, I'd be ready for it. Because in my 30s, I'd see myself in my 30s at my prime. I'm still in my 20s. I'm still in my early 20s. And change things how things are good and try to make everything better. That comes from a place of responsibility. That comes from a place of some sort of authority. That comes from a place of like criticism. And that requires a lot, and I mean a lot of time. And I think not only do I have to be there at day shifts, I have to be there at night shifts too, making sure everything's good. Though nobody would do that, show up on night shift because they don't want to. I feel like that's a necessity if you're going to be in that position in the first place. Businessmen, and I mean like corporate businessmen, don't necessarily take a vacation all the time. They are constantly busy. People underestimate how heavily the burden is when it comes to those types of things. It is massive. It's not something to be underestimated. We just downplay it and overlook it because they're evil people or something. Not that I'm saying they're entirely wrong, but you gotta understand this is how the world works. The bigger is the responsibility, the bigger the burden, the bigger the burden. You might have the only good thing from it is the authority you have. And you might like flexing your power, but still then you're still having trouble and you still need to think about the environment around. It comes from a place, it comes with the territory. You got to be prepared for something like that. Most of you aren't thinking of that or haven't thought of that because you probably thought, I would be cool to rule the world. Yes, it would be cool. There's also the fact that you're also trying to you might be ruining the world. And there might be people rising above to try to overthrow you. Yeah. So I think if you're going to rule the world, guess what? The world is now your responsibility. Yeah, no one wants the burden. No one wants that responsibility. That's why our United States president just takes credit but doesn't take accountability. Just gloss over them and not understand it. We don't want criticism. That's at least this my take on things. I don't know. I'm just blabbing. Just blabbing. I don't know. Anyway, you three of you monsters, how are you doing? You three monsters, you who are listening to me blab and blab about nothing as my steaming pile of anger subsides or forms because he doesn't know what else to talk about. Or maybe he does. He's just hoping that somebody wants to talk about something else. Or maybe they don't want to They just want to listen and hear me bitch about things. I could bitch about things and complain if people want that. Although that might be not so fun at this point because, hey, or maybe you find complaining fun. Maybe people just want some complaining, or bitching, talking, something, screaming. Who knows what you guys want? Who knows what you three want? Oh, oh, considering that, not that people are gonna watch anyway, but I think that's a good thing. Hold on, let me get something real quick. Done. I'm uploading a video. I'm gonna upload a video up to here. And I'm gonna play it. I'm sorry, man. You know, the funny thing is, I kind of feel tired. I felt tired when I started this video. Never mind. Too many things and won't let me upload. That's fine. I'm gonna die. Figuratively. That's what I mean. I mean figuratively. I'm not gonna die. Literally. Figuratively. Since I had my fair share of bad shit, talk shit. Let's end with this. Have a nice day. I'm done. I'm tired. I have a headache. I don't want to sleep. Thanks for tuning in. There's actually about 4 people here. So thanks for tuning in, for listening to me. Just know that I still want to do premieres. I just don't know a good time to do it. Just understand that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. See ya. Bye.